Well, Nazi tweaked his knee last night, and we're not sure. It doesn't appear to be a major injury, but we'll know that he'll get an MRI today to tell if it's a couple days or 2 weeks, somewhere in that neighborhood. Tim Connolly was better today. It's not a knee injury. It's an upper body injury. It's a minor little thing. I'm not sure if he'll be ready to play on the weekend, but he's kind of day-to-day. Who else?
I think that's it. I guess if there was a good time for any of this to happen, this is it, given the time you've got to prepare for that opener.
Yeah, and at the same time, it forces me to continue to take other looks, and also scramble up our lines a little bit and see if there's chemistry with other people and that sort of thing. I'm hoping to get Matt Lombardi in at least one of the games this weekend, and that's something I'll find out later today or tomorrow, actually, if he can play on Friday. If not Friday, then Saturday. And Brownie's ready to play as well, so get him in there on the weekend as well. Maybe just one game.
You mentioned Kessel after the game was a little bit banged up with a groin injury, but is he a lot better today?
Oh yeah, it's just a minor little thing. They kept him from playing in Buffalo, but it didn't hinder anything he was doing in practice or in the game yesterday.
A lot of work on special teams, Ron, and if they're to get better this season, boy, oh boy, you'll move up the standings. Just how important is it right now with Scott working power play, penalty kill, and just the
we're
emergence?
Sharing all, you know, it's a process that we have to work on. After every game, we go over the video pretty closely and try to work on some of the weaknesses we're building, like layer by layer. Every day it gets a little, we add a new twist to something that we're working on. Obviously, with some new people, for example, a John Michael Lyles running the point in the power play, even though you have a lot of the same people up front, the timing with the way John Michael likes to play, it's really helpful to practice a lot. And you know, we're hoping to get more power plays than we've been getting in the games, but we don't control that, so we're spending a lot of time in practice. And without letting other things go, that's why we're out there a little bit longer, more standing around going over things than actually just doing drills all the time.
The Nazem's injury maybe opens the door a bit more for Fratton. What have you seen in this camp?
No, they both played pretty well, and we just, the decision, it's going to be a hard one, but it'll be on whoever we think is going to help us win the most. Maybe both will be here. I don't know, so we'll see.
They look more NHL ready than perhaps you thought for a guy who played only one game in the NHL last year, Fratton?
I fully expect him to be NHL ready. He's as close as any new guy in any organization to be ready to play. You know, a lot of guys, it's not like he's 19 or 20 years old. He's 22 or 23, so physically he's ready. I think emotionally he's ready, and what we watch to see if he's mentally ready. Does he have enough experience? Does he understand dangerous situations? He's got some things that, like he can block shots, he can finish checks, and we're trying to figure out if he can kill penalties too. So those, you know, if you want to say, he has more all-around qualities, and Nazi probably has a little bit more high-end offensive skill in terms of making plays, though I think Fratton's probably going to be a better goal scorer than Nazi is.
Do you find that Grabowski seems more comfortable here in Canada and maybe with the language? Do you see that?
Yeah. I think he's been comfortable. He got through the first year last year. I thought he was really comfortable, and his English is a lot better than he lets on. But I mean, he's, you know, his girlfriend's Canadian. They have one child and one on the way. So, I mean, he's basically going to be a Canadian. So, and you see it in his play. You knock him down, he gets back up. He gets a bad cut, he goes in, comes back out as quickly as possible. That's why I say he's the toughest guy on our team. It's not fighting, he's just tough. You can't hurt him.
Well, who does he remind? Does he remind you of anybody the way he gets hit and bounces up so much?
You, as a matter of fact, Steve. Yeah, no, you're a weeble. You fall over, but you always get back up, you know? Yeah,
It
no.
seems like it's paying off that he's going to net a lot more and it's producing more scoring chances, if not for him, but for his line mates as well.
Well, he did that all last year. He does all the little detail work. He's good. The only thing he's got to get better at is face-offs, winning more face-offs, and he knows that. He works on it a lot. He watches a lot of video, but he's a really good all-around player. And I mean, I've gotten kind of used to him, and then you have two new assistant coaches come in, and they haven't seen him play much. You know, they know who he is, and they're like, "Ooh, this guy's a really good hockey player." And the kind of player that coaches appreciate because he's got detail in his game.
Have you seen him mature as a leader a little bit in that locker room?
For sure. That's why I have an A on him some nights, and it's a reward for how professional he is. A leader, you don't have to say anything. It's how you approach practice and the games. He shows up, gives everything he's got every night, and he works as hard, if not harder, than anybody during practice.
He said a couple of years ago, if that hit would have happened last night, he would have been running around and doing something silly, but it didn't cross his mind this time.
He's had issues in particular with one team when we play them, and I think he's gotten over that now. He realizes how important he is to our team and that it's important for him to be on the ice.